As a Canadian, it seems to me that our Queen grants us about as much freedom as your president. Do you think that all the blood spilled in the American Revolution was therefore worth it? And when do you personally recommend armed rebellion?
You know, my husband's British, and we argue about this sometimes. Yes, I think the revolution was worth it. There is no king over me, and there never will be. Or queen. Our rights do not come from government. They do not come from the Queen. They come from the mere fact that we exist. Our rights come from our humanity. Life, liberty, and property. Nobody needs to grant that to me. It belongs to me, and it will until the day I die.
All right, Mr. Coley.
Well, funny enough, my last name is Coley, which comes from the surname in Scotland, McCullough, which actually translates to son of Wallace. So I've had no love for the British in my family for quite a long time. Where I grew up in East Tennessee, they decided that they were going to invade our mountainous region, and they said, we're not leaving this mountain until we win, and we buried those British generals on those mountains, because sometimes that's what you have to do. If the government becomes so big, so egregious, and so oppressive that you can't feed your family, you can't take care of your business, you can't do anything whatsoever, then there has to be a breaking point. Now, am I saying that we should take up arms against the government? No, but when the government takes up arms against you, it's quite hard not to think about it being a pretty good idea.
Over to you, Larry.
I would say revolution is always a good idea when you feel you have to revolt. But let's not assume that the only way to revolt is through violence. I think Martin Luther King Jr. would show you don't have to. Gandhi would show you don't have to. Nelson Mandela would show both. Nelson Mandela would show both. So neither is right, neither is wrong. Revolution is fine, but we're libertarians. We can revolt with our mouths, we can revolt with our guns, we can revolt with our feet, we can revolt with our wallets. There are many ways for us to revolt. So I think revolution is the right answer, was the right answer, but I don't want to keep it to just guns. If that's what it takes, Nelson Mandela said that, and so did Malcolm X. But some people don't, and they were all libertarians. Harriet Tubman, our founding fathers, all of them libertarians, and they all revolted. They were all outlaws, and I'm okay with that. Choose your weapons.
All right, over to you, Mr. Weld.
Well, I very much think all the blood spilled in the American Revolution was worth it to throw off a system of government that was authoritarian and that thrust the individual in a corner. That would be us. And that's been of lasting benefit to us and to the world, which is why I think we should pay particular attention this year to proposals to have a possible president of the United States forswear all American law, and not all, but some American law and treaty violations in violation of the Constitution, to erect walls between countries, something there is that does not love a wall, and there's a reason for that. To take on unilaterally killing the families of people who are suspected of bad activities against the United States. That's a violation of the Constitution, okay? So I think that shows a pattern of disregarding the lessons of, I think that shows a pattern of disregarding the lessons of history and the lessons of law, and it may be time for a little bit more revolution, and the revolution this year, politically, is the Libertarian Party.
Ask a Libertarian Facebook fan page is spreading awareness of libertarianism and informing non-libertarians while empowering those who support liberty on a daily basis. This is your opportunity to be empowered, and let us advocate libertarianism for you at facebook.com/askalibertarian.